These two vintage collections representing rare relics of early baseball history once belonged to Wally Pip. Wally Pip was the first baseman for the New York Yankees in the early 20th century, and he played for the team from 1915 to 1925. One highlight of this collection is the team-issued New York Yankees sweater, crafted from thick wool to provide warmth during long road trips. Featuring a classic navy blue design, the sweater's traditional button-up front reflects the common athletic wear style of its time. The thick-knit construction and the NY logo on the left chest area proudly represent the Yankees' heritage, with the sweater remaining remarkably well-preserved. Moving on to the second item in this collection, Wally Pip's cleats, a deeply personal artifact from his time on the field with the Yankees. These cleats are heavily worn from years of play, showcasing the durability and craftsmanship of early baseball footwear. The cleats reflect reinforced stitching and metal plates on the soles, which were designed to withstand the rigorous demands of the game. Despite scuffs and age, these cleats preserve Pip's legacy, with the appraiser providing them an insurance value of
at $2,500.
While the team sweater in such a superb condition would easily have an insurance value of
I'd put an insurance value on that of $75,000.
Wow. Wow. I never would have guessed.
These three jerseys were originally worn by Hall of Famers before being repurposed for the Decatur Commodores. The Commodores, who were a minor league affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, wore repurposed uniforms, with San Francisco labels replaced by Decatur labels. One standout piece in this collection is Gaylord Perry jersey, who is recognized as the Hall of Fame pitcher and his 314 career wins.
He even approached Vaseline to do an endorsement, but they said their Vaseline sues babies' bottoms, not baseballs.
Perry was an American right-handed pitcher in Major League Baseball who played for 8 teams from 1962 to 1983. Another jersey in this collection belonged to Willie Mays, a renowned power hitter who hit 521 home runs and dominated at Candlestick Park.
Willie Mays, Hall of Famer. Mays played from 1959 to 1980. He hit 521 home runs. He hit so many out of Candlestick Park. He has the record for hitting the most home runs in Candlestick in San Francisco.
The third piece in this collection is a Juan Marichal's home jersey, which has been left unaltered with its original Giants lettering and number 27. Marichal was the winningest National League pitcher of the 1960s, famous for his high leg kick. His pants even feature modifications to accommodate his unique pitching style. This collection preserves the legacy of 3 baseball legends and the Giants' remarkable 1960s era. Despite the alterations of Gaylord Perry and Willie Mays jerseys, the appraiser places an insurance value for both at
an insurance value of $10,000.
While Juan Marichal's jersey was valued at a price of
this, I would put an insurance value of $20,000.
Additionally, his pants were valued at a price of
the pants, $2,000, even in this condition. And I would say that you brought us a giant find.
I guess so.
This collection features rare memorabilia from the guest's great-great-uncle named Leslie Nunamaker. Nunamaker was a professional baseball player who played for the Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, St. Louis Browns, and Cleveland Indians. Included in this collection are vintage baseball magazines featuring Nunamaker, highlighting his skills as a catcher and pinch hitter. One standout item in this collection is a bat labeled vase, possibly borrowed from another player and used by Nunamaker. Also featured is a ticket stub from Game 1 of the 1915 World Series between the Boston Red Sox and Philadelphia Phillies. In this collection is a lifetime silver pass granted to Nunamaker, which allows free entry to all professional baseball games. The collection also includes 3 cufflinks, one engraved with the date 8/23/20, possibly linked to a significant Indians game. Additionally, the other 2 cufflinks are championship cufflinks from the 1912 Red Sox and the 1920s Cleveland Indians. Another item in this collection is a Red Sox championship medal, with its back engraved with the name of Leslie Nunamaker.
Now, the 1912 Red Sox were a particularly important team. They just moved into their new ballpark, Fenway Park, and they christened it well. They won 105 games. They beat the New York Giants to win the World Series. It was a big deal. It's probably one of the most important of the Boston championships.
This medal remains an irreplaceable piece of baseball history. Preserving Nunamaker's legacy in the sport, this entire collection is valued at a price of
I would insure this for no less than $25,000.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It's just great.
This is a home jersey of the Minneapolis Millers from 1950, a minor league team in the American Association. The jersey is marked with the number 28, which later became significant in baseball history. In the 1951 season, Willie Mays wore this jersey while playing for the Millers before joining the New York Giants. Several details, such as the lettering style and ribboning, helps verify the authenticity of this iconic jersey. The cream-colored wool fabric of this jersey reflects the classic baseball aesthetics of the era it was made. A key identifier is a distinct team repair on the right sleeve, matching historical records. Also on display is a photograph from the era that confirms that Mays indeed wore this style of uniform.
Clear as day. It's obviously a remarkable piece. It's a remarkable story.
This jersey represents a pivotal moment before Mays' legendary Major League career with the New York Giants. The connection of this jersey to Willie Mays elevates its value to a price range of
in the $60,000 to $80,000 range today.
Oh my.
Talk about goosebumps. When this walked in, I was speechless. It is truly a remarkable piece of history, and it just does not get any better than this.
This silver-plated trophy was awarded to the guest's grandfather, Howdy S. Wilcox, to commemorate his achievement in setting a land speed record.
He won it near Jacksonville, Florida, March of 1911, for driving a car over 89 miles per hour.
Howdy S. Wilcox was an American racing driver, active in the formative years of auto racing. Crafted by the Homan Manufacturing Company of Cincinnati, this trophy features a grand decorative design. Its detailed engravings celebrate the significance of speed records in the early days of automobile racing. Despite being resilvered, the craftsmanship and historical importance of this piece remains well preserved, with its value not really affected. The trophy's elegant shape and ornate handles add to its distinguished presence. Its size and weight emphasize the prestige of winning such a high-profile event. Being a rare surviving example of early motorsports trophies, it holds significant historical and collector value. With its blend of history and artistry, this piece in this superb condition will command an insurance value of
$15,000.
Very interesting. Thank you. It has a special place in the home at Christmas, but normally we keep it locked up in a bank vault.
This collection of autographed baseballs has been carefully passed down from the guest's father and remains in a remarkable condition.
Well, my father through the years has accumulated these baseballs, and they've been in a box in his closet for years. I bring them out just to look at them, and we put them right back in there.
Each ball holds a unique place in baseball history, signed by some of the game's greatest players. One of these balls is a 1957 Cleveland Indians ball, featuring the signature of Roger Maris during his rookie year. Maris was an American baseball right fielder who played 12 seasons in the Major League Baseball. The second baseball is a 1955 Boston Red Sox ball, adorned with Ted Williams' autograph. Williams, a professional American baseball player and manager, played his entire 19-year Major League Baseball career primarily as a left fielder. Moving on, we also have a 1952 New York Yankees ball containing an early Mickey Mantle signature, making it a significant piece. The most remarkable ball in this collection is the 1961 New York Yankees baseball, filled with legendary signatures.
I mean, it's got everybody on it. It's got Mantle, it's got Yogi Berra, but the most important signature on this ball isn't Roger Maris, it isn't Elston Howard, it's this gentleman, Bob Hale.
Hale, a professional American baseball player, played 11 games for the Yankees team only in 1961. The crisp condition of the signatures and the immaculate surface of these balls enhance their historical value. Additionally, these baseballs serve as a tangible connection to a golden era of the sport. Being treasured items carefully stored in these great conditions, the appraiser values them at a price of
$12,000 to $15,000.
You're kidding me.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible stuff.
Yeah.
This combination of a Yankees championship ring and a Sosnak baseball brings together two significant pieces of baseball memorabilia. Designed with intricate details, this ring showcases exceptional craftsmanship, blending the team's rich history with captivating artistry. This stunning ring was crafted by Jostens, a well-known jewelry company that has been responsible for creating many of the team's championship rings. This Yankees World Championship ring, symbolizing the team's 1966 victory, has been meticulously preserved and is valued at a price of
auction estimate on it, it would be $8,000 to $12,000.
Alongside the ring is a uniquely decorated and signed baseball, unlike most traditional autographed balls.
He would send the ball away and he would have it signed, just like it's signed here, Mickey Mantle, right?
Yes.
This baseball design was created by George Sosnak, who was a former umpire renowned for transforming baseballs into works of art. Sosnak's technique involved covering the surface with fine lettering and detailed imagery, preserving baseball history in a distinctive way. After completing this work of art, he sealed the ball with a protective layer of shellac, which gave it its signature aged appearance. This baseball also features elaborate hand-drawn inscriptions and artwork, applied meticulously in India ink. Furthermore, the level of craftsmanship makes this baseball a rare and valuable piece among collectors. Sosnak's work is renowned for its precision and storytelling, and we can estimate that this decorated baseball would bring
Auction estimate on it, it would be $8,000 to $12,000.
That amazes me. It amazes me.
This 1933 San Francisco Seals autographed baseball is a rare piece of Pacific Coast League history. At first glance, one can't help but notice the signature of Joe DiMaggio prominently displayed on the ball.
One guy in particular who definitely made it to the major leagues on the 33 Seals, and that, of course, was the great Joe DiMaggio, and his signature's right here.
Joe DiMaggio was a legendary New York Yankees player, famous for his 56-game hitting streak and 9 World Series titles. Interestingly, this baseball also features a signature from the guest's uncle.
This ball,
That's right.
Right there.
Carl Sever.
Did he go on to the major leagues?
No, he didn't. I think he did some scouting for one of the Eastern teams, I think either Pittsburgh or Philadelphia.
Well, we know one guy in particular who definitely made it to the major leagues on the 33 Seals.
Another important thing is that this baseball is on a Pacific Coast League ball, which makes it even more special. Game used or not, the fact that it carries the signatures of players of an iconic team makes it a significant collectible. This baseball stands out as a true gem due to its connection to DiMaggio, truly a one-of-a-kind. The combination of a historic team, a rising baseball legend, and a direct family link makes this a truly unique piece. Despite some signs of age, this ball remains in excellent condition, and an appropriate insurance value for this piece would be.
I wouldn't insure this for less than $10,000.
Really? Wow.
I think it's spectacular.
Wow. I would have never guessed.
This time, we delve into the world of firefighting memorabilia, as seen through a museum's collection of firefighter collectibles. Fire marks, small plaques displayed by buildings in the 18th and 19th centuries, served as a sign of fire insurance. Today, they are prized by collectors, with originals far outvaluing their replica counterparts. Distinguishing between the two can be tricky. An appraiser would look for details like the quality of the casting, crispness of lettering, and signs of wear and tear. The original is from around 1825 and can be worth a staggering.
Would be around $2,500 at auction.
Compared to a replica worth,
at auction, it would be about $150.
Next is the fire trumpets, communication tools used by fire chiefs in the 19th century. These weren't your typical fanfare trumpets. Instead, they functioned as powerful megaphones to direct firefighters amidst the chaos of a blaze. 2 types of fire trumpets exist: duty trumpets for everyday use and presentation trumpets reserved for parades or special occasions. Presentation trumpets are more visually striking, often crafted from silver plate and adorned with intricate engravings that depict firefighting equipment. At auction, the duty trumpet would fetch,
At auction, I would say probably about $150.
while the presentation trumpet would go for.
Typically, you would expect to pay about $800 to $1,000.
The last item here is a fire helmet, another widely collected fire department relic. This particular helmet exemplifies a presentation helmet, boasting a majestic high eagle holder, a decorative painted shield, and expertly tooled leather. Such a piece, a symbol of pride and craftsmanship, could fetch a price of.
A comparable one of these at auction would probably bring around $1,500 to $1,800.
Well, this has been so much fun looking at all these firefighting collectibles. Thanks for sharing them.
Thank you.
The guests brought in a unique collection of memorabilia that sheds light on a lesser-known chapter of American political history, Richard Nixon's time in Florida. What we have here is a heartfelt letter from Nixon to the guest's father, thanking him for his generous remarks. The letter shows a side of Nixon not often seen by the public. This personal touch, along with the historical context, elevates the value of the letter.
At auction, $1,200 to $1,800.
Another interesting item is this menu, autographed by Nixon for the guest's father at Don Julio's, a Cuban restaurant Nixon liked. While Nixon memorabilia on its own isn't typically very valuable, the personalized inscription on the menu, referencing their shared love for Cuban cuisine, makes this piece valuable. The estimated auction value is
About $500.
The final item is a program from a Democratic fundraiser. This program holds a special significance as it features the signatures of both John F. Kennedy and George Smathers. While individual signatures from these two political figures hold value, it's the combination on the program that makes it truly special. The program's value at auction is
Would be about $5,000 to $7,000. Thank you for illuminating the Florida White House for us in this small vignette.
Thank you. That's amazing. I'm totally flabbergasted.
This is an arrow quiver that is a modern replica, not an authentic Native American piece. The material used for the strings looked like animal sinew, but was actually high-tech nylon, a common material in these reproductions. Secondly, the animal hide was commercially tanned, unlike the traditional brain tanning methods used by Native Americans. Another red flag was the metal cones with an artificial patina, making them look older than the rest of the quiver. Real quivers were also much longer, reaching 2.5 to 3 feet, to fully protect the precious arrows. This replica's shortness and narrow strap wouldn't have been practical for carrying arrows over long distances. Despite not being authentic, the quiver's value as a decorative item, especially with its beautiful case, is worth.
It's worth a minimum of several $100s, probably $350 up.
Okay.
Look closely at the craftsmanship of this vintage doll. Its hand-painted features and intricate clothing are a testament to the artisan's skills from the 1880s. The guest's grandmother received the doll from her great-aunt in 1935, and the guest received the doll as a birthday present when she turned 9. This particular model of doll was made by the Jumeau company between 1880 to 1885. It is not marked, therefore it is a portrait Jumeau.
Sometimes they were marked with the company's name, sometimes they weren't.
Accompanying the doll is a collection of original dresses, but the doll's wig had been replaced. This whimsical doll, together with its accessories, are highly desirable, and they are estimated to be worth.
Be able to sell it for $18,000 to $20,000.
Wow. Oh, well, thank you.
And I just hope your little daughter will be loving it as much as you did.
She does, and she's looking forward to receiving it. Thank you very much.
This oil painting is one precious item this guest brings for appraisal. This painting belonged to her mother-in-law's sister, the renowned artist Clyde Connell. Connell was an American self-taught abstract expressionist sculptor. Her works are known for reflecting the natural landscape of Louisiana and the cultural environment of the Jim Crow South. She created many bird paintings in the 1960s. These were not realistic bird paintings, but wonderful, recognizable images done in a very personal and abstract style. This painting is titled Nightbirds in Brown Trees. Only a few of her works are available in circulation, making valuation a bit difficult. Conservatively, this painting is valued around.
Fair auction estimate on this would have to be in the range of between $4,000 and $6,000. I would not be at all surprised to see it sell for a great deal more than that.
Wonderful. Well, I enjoy every piece.
This guest has a fantastic collection of pins and brooches, which she brought onto the show. She has accumulated these pieces over a period of 15 years.
Whatever strikes me, whatever I like at the time, and if the price is right. If the price is right.
The collection includes a variety of pins and brooches, ranging from a piece her grandmother gave to her Bohemian garnets, a Norwegian enameled piece, and items dating back to the 1890s and 1980s. There are about 300 pieces in this wonderful collection.
Well, of course, you know, in our time constraints, we can't take every piece and evaluate it.
And at auction, we can expect the entire collection to command a value of...
We came up with somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000.
Got goosebumps there.
Wow. Wow.
That's what we said, Mary.
Thank you.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
This guest brings an exquisite piece of cover art to the show. She brought it after being fascinated by the image in a magazine. It was purchased for $500. This cover art was used in the 1940 issue of Country Gentleman magazine. The painting was done by artist Gustav Krollmann. Krollmann was an Austrian artist, born and trained in Vienna before moving to the US. He began teaching at the Minneapolis Art Institute in 1931. He was primarily known for his work as an illustrator for the Northern Pacific Railroad. This is an original oil painting, and it is in relatively good condition. However, there are some condition issues.
Scrape and a puncture, and then a few cleaning tests.
These do not significantly affect its value. In this state, it is valued at about
Auction right now in 2022, we think it's worth on the order of $3,000 to $5,000.
Nice, nice.
Old San Francisco map makes its way to the show. Exploring this old map is like seeing a time when hills and fog were greater obstacles than traffic jams. This map was purchased alongside an Old West poster at a garage sale for $30. It is an 1882 map of San Francisco made by H.W. Faust. Faust made a series map of San Francisco. The maps were made as tourist guides to help tourists navigate the city. It gives a very detailed description of the city at that time.
It's the streetcars, which were, of course, around, and they're the dotted lines along here. It is a snapshot of the city.
These maps are rare today, as many have been damaged over the years. It is in very poor condition, but still quite valuable. It is valued at about
You would expect to see maybe $350 or $400 on it, even in this kind of condition.
No kidding.
Our guest received a book titled The History of Magic as a Christmas gift from Jim Morrison, the lead singer of The Doors, during their college years. The book, compiled by Kurt Seligman, contains illustrations of old illuminated manuscript art, engravings, and woodcuts, making the subject matter mysterious and interesting. Despite being worn from use, the book is valued at around $100. However, its connection to Jim Morrison significantly increases its value. Jim Morrison, known for his interest in the occult, inscribed the book as a gift in 1963 while attending Florida State University, where the guest also studied.
I guess that he had a few run-ins. He was originally in a video that was promoting the college.
Yeah,
and then,
I remember that.
Really?
That's just a little part of a film that's promoting.
Our guest recalls Morrison as intellectually deep and well-read for his age, with an interest in the idea that criminals might be saints and saints might be criminals.
He was so attractive to the public. There's a following after his death. He died young. You know, he has all the components of value. You know, beauty, early death, intelligent, wild. That's Jim Morrison to a T.
Morrison's early death and enigmatic persona contribute to the book's estimated auction value of,
I would say that the value on it is $8,000 to $10,000 at auction. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at that.
When we're done here, you want to have a beer?
Necklaces come in many forms and styles, but this necklace is a remarkable example of American Art Nouveau jewelry. A guest brought in an American Art Nouveau necklace that had been passed down from her grandfather, who owned a jewelry store in Fort Worth from the late 1800s into the 1940s. The store's location is now a convention center. The guest's mother received the necklace from her grandfather, and it was eventually passed down to the guest. The necklace, dating from around 1910, features yellow gold, freshwater pearls, a diamond, and diamond accents. Its standout feature is the plique azure enamel work, a technique that allows light to shine through the enamel around the profile of a lady. Despite the lack of a signature, this piece is in wonderful condition. The guest revealed that she rarely wore it, keeping it mostly in a box. The appraiser valued the necklace for auction as,
today at auction, I would expect it to bring somewhere between $4,000 and $6,000.
Wow, that's a lot for a necklace that sits in a box. I think I'll start wearing it.
glass vase so rare, with colors that flare, a treasure beyond comparison. Acquired from a family 30 years ago and kept safely in a curio cabinet. This item is Tiffany Cypriot glass, known for its rough, bumpy surface that looks like old Roman glass. This vase is crafted from Cypriot glass, a type renowned for its unique, irregular, pitted and textured surface. The distinct appearance of Cypriot glass sets it apart from other glass types. Its unique look makes it particularly notable and visually striking. Jimmy Stewart at Tiffany's described rolling hot glass on a table. The table is covered with crushed glass to aid in shaping and texture creation. Afterward, they reheat the glass and shape it into its final form. This 1920s vase is rare in red with a clear base, providing stability and clarity for the signature. While examining the condition of the item, the appraiser said,
"In today's market, something like this would be $25,000 in a retail store."
Oh, Lord. Maybe I better insure it.
That's probably an excellent idea.
Dolls are often cherished playthings or collectibles, but these wooden dolls transcend typical expectations. The guest brought in 2 very old wooden dolls, seeking information on their origins and value. She found them in Michigan and acquired them from a woman who inherited them, but knew little about their history. The appraiser focused on the larger doll, identifying it as an early 1700s English piece, likely owned by wealthy children or royalty. This doll is notable for its wood and paint construction, showing signs of age like crazing and flaking paint. It features black, pupilless eyes, dotted eyebrows, and an all-wood body with cloth upper arms. The doll's silk clothing exhibits melting from metal weighting, and it sports a human hair wig, possibly original. Such dolls are rare outside of museums. In good condition from the Queen Anne period, the doll was valued as.
In a retail setting, she probably would be valued in the range of $15,000 to $20,000.
The guest revealed what he'd paid for both dolls.
Of $15,000 to $20,000.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my. For the 2 dolls, I paid $100.
So you had quite a bargain.
I didn't even want that one. I wanted this one.
Vases are not just decorative items, they can be hidden treasures. The guest shared that she got a vase from her mother when she built her home. It had been on her grandmother's front porch for many years. After that, it was on her own porch for 18 years, holding umbrellas and canes. An antique dealer friend saw it, recognized it as a Teco vase, and suggested bringing it inside because it might be valuable. The appraiser confirmed the vase is authentic Teco pottery. It was made near Chicago and possibly sold in Baltimore. The vase had unique hand-applied strap handles and is notably large with the typical green color. Despite some chips at the base, the appraiser said these flaws are less important in larger Teco pieces. While examining the condition of the item, the appraiser said,
"Like this would sell between $15,000 and $20,000.
Oh my goodness. It stays in the house.
It's going to stay in the house?
It's going to stay in the house.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Oh my goodness. How much?
Between $15,000 and $20,000
15
at
and
auction.
20.
After Eudora Welty, her aunt, died, she and her sister found a picture and took it home. The Purple Hat, a 1941 illustration by George Grosz, exemplifies his American period after fleeing Nazi Germany. He was a well-known caricaturist, biting satirist, and politically involved dadaist. In The Purple Hat, Grosz sharply critiques contemporary society's decadence and moral decay. The illustration features a central figure in a striking purple hat, surrounded by scenes of contemporary social and political issues. He used pen and ink for the Purple Hat, capturing exaggerated caricatures and detailed scenes. Grosz's material enhanced his technical skill and sharpened his satirical commentary on society and politics. With a keen eye for detail and historical significance, the appraiser valued the item.
I'm at an auction estimate of around about $10,000 to $15,000.
It was under my bed.
Yes, under your bed, indeed.
It will not go back under the
Good.
bed.
It deserves to be on a wall.
goodness.
He's a wonderful artist.
A guest brought 2 family rings with a unique history and sentimental value. A traditional half-hoop design featuring sky blue turquoise stones. The first ring is adorned with blue stones with tiny diamonds in between, arranged in a paired vertical formation. Made of 18-karat gold, this ring dates back to around 1900. Rescued from the sink, the second ring turns out to be a colorless, large, brilliant cut diamond, approximately 4.3 carats.
Wow. My father brought the bigger one quite a few years ago for her.
This one here?
Many years ago, yes.
Okay. This well-made post-war ring from the 1950s has a few internal flaws, probably due to fall and a slight J-color tint. Despite not being entirely colorless, the diamond's well-proportioned cut gives it a striking sparkle. For both of these amazing rings, the value estimated at auction is
4.3 carats?
£20,000. Wow.
A woman presented a historic drum, which had come down through her father's family. This drum bears a date of November 1st, 1823, probably commemorating the founding of the Regiment of the Malaysia Unit, to which the guest's grandfather's brother belonged. A label inside the drum identifies its maker, but it would not be visible if the drum were covered. However, a vent hole on the side allows one to peep through and read the label, underscoring the drum's significance.
The quality of this federal-style eagle, it's beautifully painted in very vivid colors.
This incredible drum is adorned with a beautifully painted federal-style eagle in vivid colors, marking it a piece of folk art. Dating back to the 1840s, this early Malaysia drum's quality and craftsmanship stand out remarkably. At auction, this unique piece is estimated to be worth between
At auction, I feel that this drum is probably worth between $7,000 and $8,000.
Oh, how nice.
A Dickin Medal, a rare and historically significant award, has captured attention due to its association with an extraordinary and brave pigeon named Cologne. This medal, typically bestowed upon animals for exceptional wartime service, symbolifies the remarkable achievement of animals during times of conflict.
Extraordinary things in wartime, as they always have done, and this is the only way we can acknowledge that.
Cologne's story, which moved all people alike, underscores the medal's profound significance beyond its superficial value. Ongoing awarding of Dickin medals highlights the continued recognition of animals' courage. This particular medal is esteemed for its rarity, historical significance, and sentimental value. It is estimated that such a medal could command, at auction, a price of around
Such a medal is likely to fetch around £10,000. Did you know that?
A vintage TWA poster that had been given to the guest by a friend from Seattle is presented. This poster, advertising TWA flights to New York City, features the work of prolific artist David Klein, known for his iconic designs. Crafted in 1956, the poster is part silk screen with bright colors and part photolithograph for the rest. A geometric, abstract, kaleidoscopic depiction of Times Square, the artwork captures its energy and excitement. One notable feature of the poster is the TWA Lockheed Constellation airplane depicted at the top. This detail distinguishes the original printing, with a detailed constellation from later versions with jet planes.
You see it was a propeller plane, there's the propellers on it. And with these planes, TWA was able to initiate full service to Europe.
Okay.
Its significance is underscored by its inclusion in the Museum of Modern Art's permanent collection. At auction, this piece is estimated to be worth around
I would estimate this piece between $2,500 and $3,500.
Oh my.
A collection of traditional Japanese items inherited from a guest's late husband was presented. These pieces were inherited from his father, who brought them back from the South Pacific after World War II. Inro, small ornamental containers, were traditionally used in Japanese gowns which lacked pockets. These containers, hung from belts, were functional at first, but became more decorative over time.
In traditional Japanese garb, there were no pockets, so what people did was hang things from their belt, their sashes that wrapped around their robes.
Inro was decorated with beautiful lacquer work and metal inlay details, although unsigned, which is unusual for its quality. Netsuke, small carved toggles used as anchors for the inro, also exhibited fine craftsmanship. One piece, from the late 18th or early 19th century, had a hidden pull string under a dragon's body and a seal on the bottom. This finely crafted inro and netsuke group was valued at
And I'm going to give you conservative auction estimates. Probably this one, 2,000 to 3,000. Oh. And this piece, probably 1,500 to 2,500. He's just wonderful.
A vintage Roseville pottery piece called Rosein Fujiyama was brought to light. These pieces date back to 1906 and belongs to the Rosein ware line, distinguished by hand-painted patterns.
This technique is called squeeze bag decoration, and it was popularized by Frederick Reed, a very famous American potter who worked for many companies, including Roseville.
The technique used for decorations is called squeeze bag decoration, popularized by Frederick Reed. It involves applying colored pigment through a bag onto the pottery surface, akin to decorating a cake. This piece bears the mark of Rosein ware in a raised circle, and notably, it also features the signature of the artist who decorated it using this distinctive method. Originally, the Rosein Fujiyama line was influenced by Japanese artistry from Gazo Fuji, a Japanese artist brought in by Roseville. Due to this piece's unique and artistically distinct decoration, its value is estimated at.
Normally, with a regular decoration, this pot's in perfect condition, the piece would be worth about $2,000 to $2,500. Oh. With this decoration, I say about $3,000 to $4,000.
Oh.
So.
A vibrant rug adorned with bold geometric patterns has been a decorative piece hanging on the wall of the guest's home.
And a piece that we just hang on the wall. I love the colors in it. I like color, obviously.
The guests' appreciation for color and design is reflected in their fondness for this piece. It was given to the guest as a gift from a dear friend who was an interior designer. That friend had an eye for unique and beautiful items, and this rug was no exception. Identified as a chichi originating from the Caucasus region, this rug is known for producing smaller format rugs with striking designs. Approximately 3 by 3 feet in size, the rug has been confirmed as Caucasian origin. Chichi is believed to date back to the early 20th century, making it a significant and historical item. In terms of value, this early 20th century chichi rug at auction would likely fetch around.
I think if this came to auction today, you're probably talking about a valuation of $1,000 to $1,500.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
A beautifully intricate and vintage lamp with a chipped ice surface and reverse painted design, known as Jungle Birds, features colorful parrots painted on the inside of its shade. This distinctive piece was crafted by the Handel Company, based in Meriden, Connecticut. Founded in 1885, Handel's company is known for decorative lamps. This lamp dates to around 1910. This lamp came into the guest's possession after being passed down from a great aunt. Crafted through a unique sandblasting and baking process involving fish glue, the shade of the lamp holds 95% of its value. Despite the base being made of white metal rather than bronze, the lamp is highly valuable.
It actually has a name. It's called Jungle Birds, and you can notice the birds right on the front, these beautiful parrots, and we can turn this together.
In today's market, this rare and desirable piece would sell for between.
This particular lamp in today's market would sell for between $15,000 and $20,000.
A beautifully proportioned Pennsylvania top case clock was gifted to the guest by her husband upon their marriage. Crafted by Jacob Cope in Watsontown, Pennsylvania, the clock dates back to circa 1815 to 1820. Uniquely, it bears Cope's signature, not on the dial, but engraved on the pendulum bob, marked as his 112th creation. With its detailed minute marking 60, 15, 30 and 45, the dial aligns with the period style, painted by William Johns of Philadelphia, who worked from 1815 to 1830 and used distinctive reds and greens. This clock features bougie bracket feet, a turtle panel base, a shapely waist door, turned columns, and elegant broken arches. Notably, it lacks winding harbors, indicating it is a 30-hour clock, unlike an 8-day clock. In the right circumstances, especially within Pennsylvania, this clock could fetch a retail price of.
I think you'd expect to find a price tag of $7,500.
That is super. Thank you so much.
An ornate dollhouse with intricate detailing and glass windows, identified as a Gottschalk house, stands out as a masterpiece. Ornate Gottschalk was the one who made this beautiful dollhouse around 1885 to 1886.
I'm going to destroy the name. I think it was Gottschalk.
It is. It's a Gottschalk house. Well done. Ornate Gottschalk was the manufacturer of this house.
This larger-sized dollhouse originally featured a blue roof, earning it the nickname Blue Roofs. It is adorned with detailed finish work and an architectural facade typical of Gottschalk's renowned designs. This exceptional piece was acquired by a guest at the beginning of the year from a friend. Some restorations have been made, including painting parts of the exterior white while leaving the interior largely untouched. Its original condition would have included a paper lithograph covering the exterior, mimicking a brick facade. In its current state, the estimated auction value ranges from
I think the auction estimate that I would expect to see would be something like $6,000 to $9,000, and I think we'd expect it to fetch something between $7,000 to $10,000. Wow.
Striking ebonized sideboard embodies the 1970s aesthetic movement with ornate Orientalist-inspired design elements.
I bought it in 1999. She had bought it many years before that from an importer.
This piece is adorned with naturalistic motifs such as flowers and geometric lines, and showcases contrasting veneers, including bird's eye maple on the door panels. Crafted to display small works of art, the sideboard originally came from England. In 1999, the sideboard was acquired by the guest after years of persuasion, buying it from an artist friend. That artist friend had used the sideboard to complement her sculptures, highlighting its decorative appeal. Despite a recent decline in market interest, the sideboard remains a valuable item. Its insurance value today is estimated at a minimum of
I think today an insurance value on this would be at least $3,000.
Beautifully intricate vase adorned with stylized irises and delicate hand-painted details hails from the esteemed German company Royal Bonn. Founded in 1836 by Franz Anton Melhem, the company was later acquired by Villeroy and Bosch in 1920. This vase of 1900 was a cherished gift to the guest's grandmother from her wealthy employer in Minneapolis.
And I think Royal Bonn does not get its due.
Though made from lower-fired white earthenware, which made production cheaper and the piece more fragile, its intricate, hand-painted decoration distinguishes it from the other German and Austrian porcelains. Minor chips and wear, common in such low-fired items, can be easily restored. Despite these imperfections, the vase is valued at an auction estimate of
Has a good shape, a good size. I would think that at auction, it should be able to bring about $1,000. Wow.
a 100-year-old spoon and a finely crafted doll are cherished artifacts in the guest's possession, possibly made from mountain sheephorn. The spoon originates from the Athabascan tribe in Canada and was used for serving.
They were made to sell, but also the children played with them in the tribe. The embroidery is gorgeous, and what that is, it's seal gut.
Acquired in 1957 during a vacation in northern Wisconsin, it was a birthday gift from a mother to her teenage son. A chance discovery in a tavern sale led to the doll becoming part of the guest's collection. Intricately designed with seal gut embroidery and articulated limbs, it showcases meticulous craftsmanship. Collectors would eagerly buy the embroidered shoes alone due to their exceptional detailing. Despite their humble origins and initial low costs, these items hold significant historical and monetary value today. These pieces, showcasing enduring artistry of indigenous craftsmanship, could fetch up to
Able to look up all the records on sales for the past 5 years or so. It was $2,000 to $3,000.
Oh my God.
A visually stunning poster from 1939, designed by Leslie Reagan, was acquired by a visual manager in a Florida department store. Reagan, an Iowa-born artist who also studied in Chicago, gained fame during World War II, designing war posters and working primarily for the New York Central Railroad. This poster advertises travel through America to visit 2 World's Fairs held in San Francisco and New York in 1939. It celebrates the visual splendor of the Americas by highlighting railroads in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It also bears a museum stamp from a German museum, adding to its historical value. Unlike other copies, this poster features German text, showcasing its global distribution and multilingual overprinting.
This just epitomizes the fantastic visual splendor of the Americas, human, natural, and structural.
At auction, this piece is estimated to be worth between.
At auction, I would estimate this piece between $7,000 and $10,000.
Wow. That's fantastic.
The guest presented 2 oil paintings, believed to be by Arthur Wardle. The first painting was bought from the owner of the Marlboro Lamp Company for $27.50. The second painting was bought online 2 years ago for $800. The appraiser provided background details about Arthur Wardle.
Arthur Wardle was born in 1864, lived till 1949, and is today considered really one of the preeminent painters.
Who was one of the preeminent painters of dogs. Examining the 2 paintings, the appraiser observed significant differences in quality. The first painting, of terriers, signed Arthur Wardle, showcased superior brushwork and expressive details. In contrast, the second painting, although signed A. Wardle and dated, displayed heavy-handed features. It lacked the delicate touch characteristic of Wardle's work. Therefore, the appraiser concluded that the second one was not by Wardle. Given the desirability, the suggested value was.
At auction, this Wardle of the 2 terriers would be valued at $15,000 to $20,000.
Potteries are cherished for their historical value and intricate craftsmanship, but this pottery is exceptional for its unique origin and remarkable details. The guest shared that the pottery was passed down from her great-grandmother's sister, who married George Orr. The appraiser identified the pieces as being created by George Orr, noting the family connection. The appraiser described the collection: a rabbit ear puzzle mug, an etched puzzle mug, a house-shaped inkwell, and a pitcher. He explained that the puzzle mugs require a specific technique to drink from without spilling. The pitcher, although utilitarian, is unusual for Orr's typical decorative style. The inkwell, designed like a house, reflects the architecture of Orr's community and features his signature marks. Created between 1895 and 1900, the appraiser valued the mugs as.
But since those are relatively common, actually these days they only sell for normally around $500 to $750 a piece.
The appraiser also valued the pitcher and inkwell at that time to be
more, but it would still probably be worth between $1,250 and $1,750.
Totaling $4,750 to $6,750, the appraiser noted that the family's provenance could increase their auction value. The appraiser estimated the entire collection's worth to be.
And we estimate all that pottery is now worth somewhere between $50 and $100 million.
Wow. It's a lot of money.
As a little girl, if you had known that.
Yeah.
Having purchased this piece from a local auction house, the guest was unsure of its authenticity and age. The guest brought it to a show to find out more about its authenticity and age. Quite authentic, the item is from the first collection of world views, published in Europe around 1575, known as Civitates Orbis Terrarum. Civitates Orbis Terrarum. Regarding the age of the item, it can be said to be almost 450 years old. Depicting Cambridge and featuring original colours from the Elizabethan era, it shows what the English wore at the time.
There is some serious bad news here, which is this is mold. And mold is bad, bad, bad.
However, the piece has significant mold damage that needs urgent treatment to prevent further deterioration. Despite the mold, it would still hold significant value at a retail shop, albeit not as much as if it were in perfect condition. Once treated, the item's value could rise significantly, potentially being valued at.
You could sell this in a retail shop for about $1,800. So a fair bit. If it were in perfect shape, it would be worth about $2,500. Once you remove that, it would probably be about a $2,000, maybe $2,100 map.
Easily one of the most venerable watch brands in the world, the company that created this piece was founded in Geneva in 1839. Geneva, Switzerland. A Patek Philippe minute repeater pocket watch, it has been in the guest's family for generations. Manufactured in 1900, the watch comes with its original wooden box and warranty certificate. The watch's intricate mechanism and distinctive dinging sound are quite fantastic. The sound produced by the watch's repeater mechanism, originally designed to tell time in the dark by striking the hours, quarter hours, and minutes.
You told me something about when you were a child, you had it or you were playing with it?
I first saw it when I was in elementary school in my dad's dresser and thought it was pretty cool and brought it to school to show my friends.
Also, included with the watch are the original gold Louis XV hands, found in the box, though it is currently fitted with black spade hands. This complicated and high-quality watch, valued initially for its gold content, is actually worth more due to its intricate mechanism and historical significance.
And repeaters were originally invented so that they could tell time in the dark.
Huh.
Yours is a minute repeater, which means it will tell you to the minute what time it is.
This unique Patek Philippe minute repeater watch is valued at auction at.
So your watch today could easily, in today's market, in auction, could be sold for $35,000.
Wow.
Originally handed down through generations in the guest's family, this book was given to the guest by her grandmother. The Civitates Orbis Terrarum was published in Cologne starting in 1588 and is the first comprehensive city atlas of the known world. Cologne, Germany. This work contains 6 volumes, and the guest possesses the rare first 2 volumes, which feature spectacular engravings. These volumes include detailed bird's-eye views of major cities like London, Paris, and Prague, showcasing the printing precision of that era.
Really spectacular engravings, as you can tell. They're fairly large size, and to print a book in 1588 with that precision was still something that only a group of specialized printers were able to do.
The authors, Braun and Hosenberg, created these realistic views with depictive text and illustrations of the contemporary costumes. Braun and Hosenberg. This featured view of Venice is printed from a single plate, displaying the dark, rich impression typical of high-quality prints from the time. Many such works have been broken up and sold as individual plates, making complete volumes like this exceedingly rare and valuable.
A nice view of the city of Prague, for instance, underneath Eger. You can see the Ratschin up here.
A conservative estimate for these volumes at auction would be:
conservative estimate for this book at auction would be $40,000 to $60,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Family heirloom with a rich history made its way to today's show.
Outside of the bracelet was my great-great-grandfather's hair, and inside was my great-great-grandmother's hair.
This is a collection of woven hair jewelry from Georgia.
That we see there, and the brooch. But I'd like to focus on the bracelet first because it's really very interesting.
It features a pair of earrings, a brooch, and a bracelet dating back to 1850. The bracelet is beautifully woven and includes an engraved locket. Inside the locket is the guest's great-great-grandmother's hair, which is of 2 colors.
Which is very, very sweet because it's a love knot, and in the center of the love knot are clutched hands, which is a token of love.
Although there is a bit of damage on the woven hair bracelet, it doesn't affect its value. The brooch features a love knot, and in the center are clasped hands, a token of love. This American woven hair jewelry collection, featuring a beautiful engraved locket on the bracelet and lovely earrings and a brooch, would be worth.
And I would venture that the value of this, which is, of course, sentimental, but the monetary value of this is about $900.
We are presented with an unusual item from the 19th century. This item features 3 different colors and a lower section with a deco feel. This is a bohemian overlay glass vase. What makes this piece fun is the animal designs all over the vase. These engraved designs depict a variety of things in an imaginary world, from a cricket on a bicycle to a frog wearing a tutu and veil in a ballet pose. Its designs are really creative.
To see a frog dancing in a tutu. Yes. So it's a beautiful piece. The time frame on this is between about 1915 and 1925.
Fascinatingly, This beautiful item, despite its old age, shows no damage. At auction today, a 3-colored overlay glass vase with fun animal designs would go for.
And the value would be in the range of $1,200 to $1,500.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Guest's great-grandmother received the biscuit jar as a gift from her Sunday school students. The students, whom she affectionately called 9 obstacles to getting to heaven, gave it to her upon their graduation. On her retirement, the jar was signed with a crown and C and M for Crown Milano. This indicated that it was made by the Mount Washington Glass Company, based in Massachusetts in the 1890s. The company started in Boston in the 1830s and merged with Pearpoint in 1894. The jar was silver-plated and had some blemishes that needed cleaning up. Considering the jar's beauty and rarity, it was valued at
$4,500.
Wow.
So it's a beautiful little jar, and I'm glad you brought it in.
Gee, for something that's just been collecting dust, that's not bad.
The guest brought the Beatles poster she received as payment for dog and cat sitting from a lady with a large collection of Beatles memorabilia. The Beatles were an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960, comprising John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr. By early 1964, the Beatles were international stars and had achieved unprecedented levels of critical and commercial success. The lady's father had obtained the poster in England in 1962 or 1963 before the Beatles came to America. This poster was identified as a point-of-purchase poster used to sell Beatles albums in stores and dated to 1962, making it a scarce and valuable item. It was still in great condition with a wonderful image of the Beatles. The appraiser confirmed the poster to be authentic, but it had some condition issues and could easily be restored. Noting its scarcity and condition, the nostalgic poster was valued at
between $3,000 and $5,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A collection of historical items includes a well-executed miniature watercolor of Napoleon III. It was painted by the guest's great-great-aunt, an enterprising miniaturist. She created 2 such paintings, sending one to Napoleon III, who responded with a signed letter, still preserved in its original envelope. Another notable piece in the collection is a relic from the Battle of Waterloo, discovered in 1835 by a family friend, possibly a cartridge box plate or an item from a French shako.
The inscription on this sketchbook from your great-aunt's friend saying that she's walking around the battlefield.
This miniature painting is framed in a gesso frame, featuring the Napoleonic crest. Although the connection is to Napoleon III rather than Napoleon I, the entire collection is estimated to be worth between
$1,500 to $2,000 because it's just a great little story and the painting is wonderful.
Yeah.